Ladies and gentlemen, my name is A.J. Duggal. I'm one of the real estate coaches around Atlanta. I'm also an inspirational speaker. I've been in a position of leadership as well in the past on many different places around. I'm a writer, singer, composition maker, as well as a comedian. Today, apart from the comedy, I will be talking about something very serious, and that is how to become an effective real estate agent. Real estate is a sale where you have to sell yourself. The product is you. So you really have to know inside out of what you're doing and how you're going to present yourself, because you're selling yourselves. To be a very successful real estate agent, I want to share with you my success story and the daily routine that I followed that made me where I am today. Quick reminders that being a real estate agent, you are not going to compromise with professionalism. It is utmost important that you remain professional in and out of this business. People watch you even when you're not conducting business. It's a reputation that makes or break your future in real estate. So remain clean, remain professional. It is people-related business, so while interacting with people, you need to become worthy of their attention and time. And you do that, once you do that, you have earned their trust. And that is the beginning of your successful journey in real estate. Keep attitude of serving people, helping people, without expecting anything in the beginning. The money will follow, the money will flow, but your mind, your heart should be towards listening to their story, argument, and desire, and serving them appropriately. The attitude is serving and helping people. Doing business in a cool, harmonious way is the way to go. Never become jittery, anxious, angry, and all of that. It doesn't help in this business, well, where people watch you very carefully what you do. Being cool and harmonious will take you very far in other areas of life as well, if you develop this attitude. Don't settle for less when it comes to earning trust and developing a serving nature. Sky's the limit how much you can improve, and keep improving yourself and keep earning the trust of your clients. They will definitely spread the word. Let's get to the business now. What do we do? How do we get there? A regular schedule is the utmost and very important first step in order to get from A to B. From being an agent to a successful agent, you have to set the schedule. And it needs to be enforced, at least in the beginning. Once you get going, nature of enforcing schedules will change. To get started is difficult, as strangely, the disappointing rate out of this sales-oriented business is almost 80-87%, pretty high. People run out of steam by running out of ideas and money. But you will make it, because you're in my class. I'm going to teach you what I learned on and off job and on and off of other professions and on and off serving people in many different ways and manners. Serving people, remember. Most people get into expensive marketing plans when they're not even ready to sort through these leads. The leads which you have, you need to sort out before you get started. Some get overwhelmed and some get nervous when they have this tremendous amount of lead in front of them, which that broker or a experienced coach puts in front of you, of expired listings, home being sold by owners, and all the other stuff which is online available. But sorting out through these leads is important. Criteria, area, all of this has to be sorted through. Only people, those who thrive in this business, are the ones that prepare themselves for it and slowly lifts up the shutter. There's no quick fix here, and she should not try to run into this business. It's a slow and steady wins the race type of business where you first shape yourself to be available and then add value to the client and then start understanding their needs and start helping and serving them. And that's the very first step. It may take 12 to 14 months, a year and a half, but you will get there. Knowing everything is the key, then knowing little. Learning on job is in this business can and will cost you your job. So don't wait to learn at the job. Learn before the work starts. Knowing all is the key. Once you rehearse and practice and are ready to handle rejections, you will build confidence. Confidence will create trust for you in whosoever you work with. Trust, again, is the key in this particular business. So let's get down to daily routine. For new agents, once again, knowing all is name of the game in this business. Learning on the job, once again, is risky business. Welcome back. Let me continue my speech uninterrupted. As we all know, the experts believe that the first impression will become the last. So the first impression in this business is utmost important. So prepare yourself for the first impression to be the best one. So the first has to be very precisely on target. So you can build the scene from there on. So let's talk about our daily routine. Number one, rehearsing the scripts. Number two, creating a database. Number three, adding minimum names to it on very regular basis, on daily basis. Number four, getting ready for prospecting. Number five, knowing all answers to rejections. Number six, emotionally building yourself stronger by the hour, pumping confidence. Number seven, being able to remember names, locations, and the territory is very important. Number eight, knowing your territory, the desired area you will be working in is very vital. You need to select that territory, northeast, southwest, midtown, etc. Number nine, open houses and observing any slackness in any arrangement made while you visit open houses. Be an observant. Participate as well as observe. Number 10, knowing about the property in areas from the curb appeal to the latent patent defects, whatever that may be. You need to know to address the issue before it arrives. You need to know all the defects, if there are any. Preview is very important. You need to know how to preview, and you need to understand from curb appeal all the way to other defects that they can come up for discussion while listing, before listing, after listing, etc. Customers, client, any other agent can notice it if you don't notice it. So you need to know right from the beginning, from curb appeal all the way to any other defect, if there is any. You need to be aware. You need to sit down with building inspector maybe for a class to know where to look for defects before a contract is put on and they themselves find something which is inappropriate. That's where you lose your reputation in the eyes of the seller as well, that you were supposed to preview and recommend what needs to be rearranged or fixed, what doesn't look good, what is not appropriate, etc., before taking over the property to be a salesperson. Complete knowledge of what you will be doing, conducting, is key for you to be successful in this business. More you know, more you will earn. Simple. Let's go back to the database, number one, that we talked about. Without database, without collection of people that you will be serving to or working with or helping, there is no business. So having a database is important. Now, all the friends, neighbors, friends of friends, anybody that you have come in contact with, any social media that you can use, any other subdivisions, list of owners you can get all them and put them into a database in such a way so you remember who these people are. Even if you don't know them personally, but you should know how the name got into the database. So, and on the top, you must add a minimum set of names on a regular basis. Let's say you need to enter 15, 20 names to your existing database. You need to spare 15, 20 minutes every day where you enter new names in such manner, once again, that you can remember them, connect them with, at a later date, a friend of friend, a cousin, a relative, subdivision, area, stuff like that. Churches, you can connect them with any sign that you could remember with, but you must not just add the name without establishing a connection. You may add their names with many connections that you can remember with. Create fields in such manner where you can connect these names, how it came in contact with you, or how you picked up these names, and how you can relate to these names. Your temple, church, school, college, neighborhood, etc. Once again. Personal friends, you can add them in a different way. So these are the people that you can bank upon them. Relatives, you can bank upon them. I used to create a list of, when I was in the apparel business, I would create a list of customers, then potential customers, and stuff like that. So potential customers are those who hadn't bought from me, but I would pursue them back and forth to make sure they look at the line that I used to carry. So I would enter them in such a way that in one field it would say APC, a potential customer, and active customers were AC, active customer. And then you can... Second important part is mastering the script. You should start with a script of your own and then take it to a coach or come to me and let me see where you need changes. But you need to write your own script for the first time so we can look it over as to how you perceive customers. It'll give us an insight of you, and then we will amend that script. Once the script is ready, then we can start rehearsing. Without rehearsing, you cannot master it. And without mastering, you will never be able to deal with or know how to deal with rejections. And without knowing about how to deal with rejections, you may never be able to build that perfect confidence which is required to earn the trust of your client. So you can imagine the stages are, the first is rehearsal by yourself, and then with a friend maybe just play this game of a client and a representative, and after that play again as to what the rejections are and how you're handling it. So maybe become an actor of your own, but master the scripts with or without a friend, in standing in front of a mirror, recording it all on a video, on your phone, or just play it on a very regular and intense basis so that you can get used to every question that they may ask or every rejection that they might have. Getting over emotions is what will make you a real man in this business. Logic will serve as a cushion, and then there will be no hard landing, because you would exactly know how to react in times of emotions when you are getting rejections, and then you will know how to handle your emotions and still present your case. So practice your script on daily basis, 1 hour, 2 hours a day is the key. Third, rehearsing pre-listing as well as the listing agreement and knowing it all will put you in driver's seat. Don't put a pre-listing agreement in front of them unless you yourselves have rehearsed it. So a listing agreement should only be presented when you have thoroughly presented your case, your services, and they're happy with it, you have won their trust, you see that smile that they are confident, and now you present the pre-listing agreement. Number 4, knowing your territory, where you will focus, is the most important thing. The roads, the subdivision, the new and old, grandfather, building, etc., all needs to be mastered by visiting, traveling physically to the destinations every single day till you know every road that you will come across or you will need to come across. Some agents specialize in subdivisions only. You can do that as well, but I would suggest a 30 miles radius area where you live or where you know the best. You should be able to find several subdivisions, several new and old housing areas, and where you can master your first sales. So focus on the territory. You should travel back and forth, rehearse, so you would exactly know where the north, south, east, west is, and where this road ends, and where that a particular subdivision is. Number 5, visiting open houses and participating in open houses, observing, see where the signs are not enough, and see in the manner the business is conducted, and participate in open houses. That exposure itself will give you a lot of confidence. You will know what's going on. You will feel part of the environment. Number 6 is knowing the properties in the area, about the school, district, city, neighborhood, crime rate, the whole you need to know everything about that particular subdivision, where you would be focusing on, and the surrounding as well. So once again, it goes back to the knowing the territory, but in specific you would know those areas where you would be selling heavily. You need to know what's happening around them, etc. Next comes how to generate leads. Now, since you have rehearsed the script, know how to handle rejections, know your area, and have gone to open houses to get the feel for it. Now the second phase is getting the lead, so you can start somewhere, so you can start the actual work, so you can be a real actor. So far you're acting just in your personal room, now you will be acting in front of a camera. So how do you get the leads to get started? Since you're new, you don't have a huge database. Even if you have sent emails to everybody, everybody's happy that you are an agent, they can connect with you, but they have nothing to sell, so they may write you back with saying good luck and all that, but they wouldn't be able to give you a listing right away. So how do you get a listing right away? Is expired plus and Fisbo Reno, sell by owners, and anybody who is directly advertising. Again, sell by owner. So the first thing first is you get an expired listings, expired plus, and obviously getting hold of all communication skills and practicing comes first. But it's not the real match. It is still not it is still net practice. So the real match on the field starts with your first appointment. And for that you need to know, you need to start here with the expired listings. So an experienced coach or your broker or somebody in the office must sit down with you after you have rehearsed the script and you pick up the phone. You have the script in front of you, know your answers of rejections, and start calling. Now each call you make will pump further more confidence in you, and the intense you become cool, and you will be in 100% control once you start replying to their queries, answering their questions, handling their rejections. Your intense behavior, your intensity will come down and you will become cool. And this is how you start your career. Never be euphoric about your little success over the phone in first weeks, because by them saying, come on, come over, it was nice talking to you, you have a nice voice, is not sufficient. You have to earn their trust by showing at the door and getting a listing. So there's work needs to be done. Don't be euphoric in the first week as you start calling. Your money and time is invested, so cut all distractions. Don't be euphoric and hunker down to be ready for your first appointment. If you are ready, you will be able to cross a major hurdle in being a successful businessman. So how do you get that focus now? The issue is the focus will remain name of the game before or after you get your first appointment. Of course, I'm asking you not to get euphoric, but then after that, there's more to do with focus. So how do you focus? How do you make that environment of being in business 24/7, where you don't become euphoric and neither you become emotional? You just attain a state of mind where you are just focused on business without being emotional either way. You prepare yourself. You surround yourself with productive information, when you show up at the door. You must be cool and controlled, prepared, and emotionally stable to handle whichever way the seller moves. You should be prepared. That's the type of focus you need. Remember, earning his trust is the key, and the steps to get there are confidence, and the confidence comes through practice. So once again, practice, rehearsal, and after the practice, rehearsal, you get the confidence. From the confidence, you go to the next game, which is earning the trust. Once you start conversing, find a way to add value by taking responsibility of doing this and that for seller. Whatever he wants you to do, you must do it or take some responsibility. That is another way of building confidence in him and getting his trust, earning his trust. From yard appeal to other property matters, giving the seller the needed tips to make the house looks nicer and cozier before the buyers come in and look at the property is important.